Welcome. Let's do some main story quest. Forgive me, now is not the time for brooding. Come, let us rejoin the others. I had to stop this like mid-quest yesterday. I thank you for your help in the search. Gosetsu has told me all that transpired. I would not presume to defend the life Jifuya led before he joined the front, nor will I condemn it. Frankly, it is not my place to judge. I will only say this. The Jifuya I know has never been a man of courage. That he should feel driven to flee bespeaks the depth of his terror. Even now, Yotsuyu casts a shadow over the realm. But the question of what is to be done with her must wait. The Empire is on the move once more. Our visitor's objectives remain unclear. It may be another attempt to recover Yotsuyu, or a prelude to invasion. Either way, the craft reportedly advances at speed and appears bound for Castrum Fluminus. I mean to go there and ascertain their intent. If we ride on in force, it will only end in one way, so we shall keep our numbers to a minimum. Yuguri, sir, can I count on you? Yes, my lord. Alasei and I would fain play our part as well. We will not stand idly by while a common foe threatens the lands of our friends and allies. We would be glad of the help. You are acquainted with Hakuro, I believe. Then I bid you seek him out and assist in maintaining order in the Enclave. When the people see an Imperial airship, they are liable to panic. I would have you reassure them and, should it come to it, aid in their evacuation. Very well, we shall depart at once. Do take care. Hey, what's up, Roxo? What of me, my lord? The Empire may well be after Yotsuyu. You are to remain here and guard her until my return. As you wish. Pray stay close to Sir and Yugiri. Well, well. Guard duty and not a breath of protest. Now I have seen it all. To Castrum Fluminus, then. Let us find out what the Empire's game is. It's funny that that's so many missions away. It's like, to Castrum Fluminus in an hour. Lovely. Very nice. Ugh, God. Trying to freaking refinance is such a joke. Oh, they ended up doing that, yeah. The problem, though, is I got an email saying they need me to print and sign another form that they forgot to have me sign when I was there, and then they said they need employment for UPS who won't verify over the phone. It's like, well, I don't fucking work for UPS, so that's probably why. Of course they're not going to verify, because they don't know who I am. God. They might have, yeah. It might have just been a typo, too, but I already provided all this shit. That's what bothers me. It's like, I've done this, like... And then, of course, like, finding this shit in my phone is, like, impossible. Yeah, it's just annoying. I don't know, I spent, like, all of my free time yesterday doing it, and it pisses me off that we didn't finish it. Because I don't have very much free time. I don't want it to be completely invaded by having to fill out forms for people that should have fucking had me fill it out yesterday. Not a fan. What do you want, boy? You little nudist. What's up?
Are you almost there?
I don't think so. I think I have like...
What quest you on?
I'm on Storm on the Horizon. I mean, it seems like I am. They're talking about it, but... These Japanese like to talk about it well before they like to be about it. It seems. They're like, too fluminous! Too phlegm! But it's still like six missions away. It's like, yeah, too fluminous. Hooray.
Storm on the horizon.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a while.
Yeah, isn't it like 7 still?
Yeah, 8, and then one of them's really long.
God, how long's really long?
No, like 40 minutes, really long.
Yeah, that's pretty long. The area is secure. Whatever our visitors' purpose, they plainly believe they can achieve it alone. The craft should come in view any moment. Let us await them inside the castrum.
A smoke signal? Thoughts, Yugiri?
In former times, such signals were used to announce the coming of an emissary of peace. In Doma, at least. But could that truly be their intent?
Who can say? Whatever they want, we cannot simply blast them out of the sky. Not when they were so gracious as to honor one of our cherished traditions. I would not have it said that we Domans want for propriety.
Then I shall go and reconnoiter.
Nay, that won't be necessary. We will meet them openly. I would welcome this student of Dorman history in person, whomsoever he or she may be.
As you wish, my lord. I shall arrange for a signal of our own to be fired in answer.
Well, that we should be received by the Lord of Doma himself.
I but afford an emissary of peace the courtesy he is due. Welcome to Doma, my lord.
Ah, where are my manners? I am Asahi Sas Brutus, Ambassador Plenipotentiary of Garlemald.
He is heir to the Naiuri clan, and Yotsu's stepbrother.
It seems I need not introduce myself, not in the presence of the famed Yugiri Mistwalker. Your skills as a shinobi are known far and wide, my lady. It is true. The former acting viceroy is my sister. Yet, bonds of kinship aside, we have precious little in common. As will soon become plain, I come not to sow strife, but to end it. I am of the Populares, a collective which represents the interests of the common man. Long have we labored to bring about reform to the Empire's provincial policy. Happily for us, our master acknowledges the need for change. Indeed, His Radiance, Emperor Varys Zos Galvus, personally sanctioned this mission, granting me the authority to speak with his voice. To negotiate peace with Doma.
Well then, we have much to discuss. Will you accompany me to my hall?
Gladly, my lord.
Got like 25 sections left. I do anyway. So, man, this
25
is
sections left?
well, missions. So that's
Oh,
not
for all of Legend, whatever?
yeah. That's I mean, it's not too bad, but it's still kind of a lot. I want to have a review out before we post our next patron invite thing.
Well, the next patron invite is being posted on the 13th. Unless you mean the one after that.
I mean the next one to record. That's what I'm saying.
The next one we are recording is also on the 13th. It's in 3 days, Schweiss.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying we don't post it until later.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm just also reminding you that we got a date on the 13th.
Yeah. I'm not too worried about the speed. Yeah, I don't want to skip the cutscenes or anything. I know I could always skip the cutscenes, but
There's not that much of a difference between watching the cutscenes and skipping them. I have to go back and look at what the heck happened just because I get so bored during the cutscenes. I'm too distracted.
yeah.
Yep.
Well, luckily these things have wikis of Legend. I mean, the
It's true.
14 one's not as good as the 11 one, but
Well, it's because you don't need one for 14.
I think the guys who
Not-
did
not
the
to play
11,
it.
the guys who did the 11 one should have gotten a Nobel Prize.
A Nobel Prize?
Yeah, yeah.
Like a Nobel Peace Prize, or what? What kind of Nobel Prize are we talking about?
Nobel Prize of Science.
Now I gotta look at the categories. Physics, chemistry, literature. Should be literature. Economic sciences.
Maybe time economics. Maybe we can float that.
Saved us money for months of play.
Yeah. Oh, it was right there. Lord Hyan and I will accompany the Imperial delegation on the first ferry. When you are ready, speak with the boatman and join us on the other side. All are free to travel in and out of the Enclave. Do you seek passage? Yes.
Cover letters. Kill me. I'm pretty sure there's no worse thing in job hunting than a cover letter. Pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, it can suck if you haven't done your whole resume in a while, too.
The resume I have updated. Oh, no! Here's the thing. They filter off people that don't do the cover letter. So you have to do it.
There you are, sir. So first things first, what do you think of the Enclave? I must say, I'm quite proud of what my countrymen have accomplished in the time. We even have an ether now, courtesy of the Onisishu. Be sure and attune to it, would you? Once it has the Warrior of Light seal of approval, people might actually start using the thing. But on to the matter at hand. The ambassador and his retinue are at my hall, taking their ease ahead of the negotiations. I want you there when the talking starts. It will serve to send a message to the Empire that Eorzea and Doma stand united. I am not normally one for hollow posturing, but in this game of nations, such gestures carry weight. Oh, and should you feel uneasy about speaking for the Scions, Alphanon and Amasei will be there as well. You need only eat, drink, and look imposing. Say you'll come.
I need to look at posing.
I knew I could count on you. When you are ready, come and join me at my humble abode, the Kind Khan. The guardsmen will see you in.
Can you do the kind can?
Can I go? Kind can guardsman. Lord Hyan is expecting you. May I show you in? Man, the wolf guy looks like he's gonna kill me.
He must have gotten to know you.
My delegation, I offer you my humblest. Never did I imagine that I would meet the gallant and noble Lord of Dorma himself. nor be welcomed.
Why is everybody sitting on the floor? You can't afford chairs here?
Go on the pleasantries. You say you are come to negotiate peace. Unless I am mistaken, such negotiations are typically conducted between sovereign nations. I was not aware that the Emperor had recognized Doma's sovereignty.
His Radiance has yet to do so, that much is true. Know, however, that he has expressed willingness to cede Doma to her ancestral masters and treat with her as a friend. Since the days of Emperor Solus, the Empire has aggressively expanded its territory. While you may not agree with our founding father's policy of expansion, I believe there is room for discussion on the matter of his lifelong goal, to rid the world of icons. Icons are a blight upon this star. They cannot be suffered to exist. This you know as well as we. In his wisdom, Emperor Varus wishes to explore the possibility of an alliance to combat this common threat. On the condition that Doma renounces summoning and pledges to police the Korgian's practice of it, his Radiance would extend the hand of friendship.
Doma has never shown any appetite for summoning, and it should go without saying that we will address any threat to our people, icon or otherwise.
Short application without reference builder, application
With regard
without
to the
reference builder.
I must
Big
stress that they only resorted to summoning under
One says
extreme
short.
provocation. When the Ruby Sea was at peace and their sacred relics safe, they looked not to their kami for protection. Yet even now there are certain parties who would destabilize the region with ill-conceived military forays. Unless they alter their course, we cannot hope.
Am I currently in the European Union?
Quite. I can but apologize. In seeking to eliminate icons, the Empire creates them. 'Tis an irony among ironies, one with which the people of Eorzea are well acquainted, I am told.
Indeed, many summonings are the result of persecution, the weak being driven to call upon the divine for deliverance from the strong. So it was in Alamigo, the bitter fruit of Garlean oppression.
A tragic state of affairs. If we are to put an end to summoning once and for all, it shall not be through might, but harmony. Yet we continue to repeat our mistakes, oblivious to the lessons of history. My comrades and I would change all that. We, populares, have campaigned long and hard for a shift in imperial policy. And at last, the Emperor has seen fit to lend us an ear. Alas, there is a faction within Garlemald that would obstruct our every attempt at reform. A collection of pure-blooded Garleans who seek to consolidate their own supremacy. The Optimates. Lest you wonder, theirs was the hand that loosed our forces on the Confederacy. 'Twas a regrettable incident, one that flies in the face of everything we believe, and I swear to do all in my power to prevent a reoccurrence.
That would be most welcome. But if I may speak plain, if the Empire itself is not of one mind, how can we be certain that any peace we negotiate will be honored?
I cannot blame you for doubting us. Indeed, I should find it strange if you did not. And so, in the name of building trust, I would like to make a proposal. A prisoner exchange. Under Garlean rule, no few Dormans were conscripted into the Imperial army. We would repatriate them in return for those of ours you captured in the recent conflict. Naturally, any exchange would include the acting viceroy.
Yotsu? What makes you think we have her?
Forgive me, my lord. Was it not your wish to speak plain? Let us not play games. I desire only to work to our mutual benefit. The Optimates tried and failed to take my sister by force. I would succeed by peaceable means, thereby strengthening my party's hand. 'Twould be a lie to say I would not also be glad of my sister's safe return.
A fellow plain speaker. How refreshing. Very well. Your proposal has merit, but I will need time to consider it.
Of course, my lord. May we remain in Dorma until you have come to a decision?
You shall be our honored guests. Yugiri, I leave the ambassador and his retinue in your care. See that they are well looked after.
Mute that shit.
Our gratitude, Lord Hien. We shall look forward to your answer.
Oh man, this is a long ass cutscene chunk here. Well, that was unexpected. You can say that again. I still don't quite know what to make of it all. But on the surface, a prisoner exchange does seem a good way to begin. The question is, can they be trusted? They had not to gain by divulging the details of their internal divisions. As it stands, we have no reason to doubt them. But the ambassador's mention of Yotsuyu left me ill at ease. It made his grand talk of peace seem uncannily like a lengthy... You think this might all be a ruse to facilitate her retrieval? Perhaps, though I cannot fathom why they would go to such lengths. Yotsuyu may have been the acting viceroy, but she's not Garlean or even highborn. Her value must presumably lie in what she knows. Which brings us to the little matter of her memory loss. In her present condition, she would not yield any worthwhile intelligence, nor is she worth much as a bargaining piece. Alphino, you are well acquainted with the Empire's methods. I would have your thoughts on the matter. My knowledge is at your disposal, Lord Hien. While the ambassador's proposal is appealing in principle, it would be remiss of us not to give it due scrutiny. Indeed, though it seems to me I have little choice but to accept regardless. With so many of our brothers and sisters languishing in Imperial camps, I cannot well turn my back on a chance to secure their repatriation. Only the Kami know when I will be afforded another. But ere we continue, shall we excuse these two? I fear what follows will bore them to tears. I was just about to show myself out as it happens. Come on, sir, let's leave Alphino to dispense his copious knowledge. Go on and keep Alase company. We're safe enough for now. A chance to relax at last. I know when I'm out of my depth, sir. Though no weapons are drawn, a negotiation is no less a battle, and the stakes can be every bit as high. One misplaced word and people could die. It takes someone with a cool head. And I'll be the first to admit that's not me. So we're left with the eternal question. What do we do while they prattle on? Give me those tofu pancakes. His forgotten home, huh? Alright, I gotta change this baby real fast, guys. Alright, for want of a better suggestion, what say you to a brief tour of the newly liberated Doma? I'd be interested to hear how the people are faring in their own words, and it's not as if we'll be missed here. Or will we? But Sir, a moment if you would. Oh, it's a girl. A moment if you would. Ah, Yugiri. Business? No. Pleasure, my lady. I merely wish to exchange a few words with the famed slayer of gods and champion of Eosia. It's truly an honor. Such a heartfelt admiration. One could almost forget that you are an envoy. Oh, is that so strange? We may have stood on opposing sides in the past, but I see no contradiction in lauding the man who would do battle with our common enemy. And lest you forget, this is my homeland. It would be remiss of me not to at least thank him for containing the threat posed by the Kojin's vile icon. Now, if we may continue, as we speak, Lord Hyan deliberates over my proposal, and I would take this time to see the land I once called home. Though Lady Yugiri is certain to be a jovial escort, the excursion would be all the more enjoyable with your company, and safer besides. Hey, what's up, Emily? Yeah, glad to be back. It would be my pleasure. In that case, I will join you as well. There is naught else to do until Lord Hyan has reached his decision, and I can think of no finer way to learn more about the current state of Doma. It is settled then. The four of us shall make a brief excursion through Yanzai. Might we start with the town of Mosen? I would like to see what has become of Doma. Very well, if you will follow me. Yeah, we haven't really been able to party up as much as we did last time, though, Emily. Which kind of sucks, but... Yeah, we'll let you know. Hopefully, barring me having to go in any early or anything, we can probably get to the next dungeon today. And knock that out. But even if I do, I can always play tomorrow again as well, even though we hadn't really planned on it. I need to get this going. What? Get that out of there. Stab it. Oh, I totally missed it. Oh. Nay, can this truly be Monzen, home to the cream of Doma's samurai? I had heard that Yotsuyu intended to send some few of our automata here, but only by way of warning. It should not have come to this. Indeed, her savagery served only to incense the people, and spur them to rise up and protest. It was folly to think such methods of governance could ever prove effective. The sooner we can begin to make amends for this senseless destruction, the better. Securing supplies and support for the reconstruction efforts should not prove difficult, once our nations are formally at peace, of course. Yes, of course. If you would have a better view of what remains of the castle, we must proceed through the ruins. What is this free company chat? Oh, okay. Wish there was someone around to do that fate. That one looks cool. It is a travesty, a travesty. I remember the keep being so beautiful, and the light of the setting sun, one would swear it was aflame. It is indeed a doleful spectacle. Mayhap we will rebuild it one day, when we have finished helping our people rebuild their lives. Hang on. Had to meet the new neighbors. They have internet problems. It is indeed a doleful spectacle. Mayhap we will rebuild it one day, when we have finished helping our people rebuild their lives. I think I already read that, actually. Spoken like a true popularis. The needs of the people must, of course, come first. Speaking of whom, would you be opposed to my seeing how they live firsthand? The village of Namai is but a short journey from here, if I'm not mistaken. By river, yes. If you will follow me, I will ready our boat. Please don't make me get on a boat with these people. Not with these people. So Emily, how much of 14 have you played with our since we've been gone? Like, have you guys
Since we've been gone.
Oh wow, finished all of the savages. Damn. Ready to cast off? Oh, lovely, it's a battle.
I'm warning you!
Someone's in trouble. Are you all right?
Hi.
What do they want with you?
Yuki, and you look too.
Very nice.
I don't know. We were returning from the Enclave when they came at us.
It seems they won't go quietly.
And neither will we.
Nice. Glad to hear the free company's doing well enough to do that kind of stuff. That's good.
Away with you!
It is nothing.
So Brutus is gonna portray the Empire or the Emperor. Is that what I'm getting here? This is Brutus vibes. It's not even really Brutus vibes. It's the guy's name is Brutus.
Leave this to me.
Well, I applied to 3 jobs today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spoilers. You can't spoil the fate of Julius Caesar. I haven't gotten there yet. What kind of spots?
An opening.
What kind of jobs?
Yeah.
Video production. Like, permanent positions. One at Weber State, one with Icon Fitness, and then one with some education company.
Oh, did you ever hear back on the last one?
No. But they said they got like 35 applicants in the first little bit. I got an interview. Then I gave them a thing, and I'm waiting to see if they'll give me a second interview.
The art of my forebears.
How are the other ones? How did the other ones look? I mean, do you think you got a chance?
They look they both look like I'm not qualified and look like I'm overqualified at the same time. So I don't know.
So you might get it.
I don't know.
That would be more convenient if you were nearby.
Just any job right now. Or at the beginning of August, anyway. That's when I need to get a job. I'd rather work in video.
Well, yeah.
I'm also working on a proposal for a project for PBS. Which would be even better job. But I have to, before I can even send them an email, I have to get the whole team together.
The team?
Yeah, I have to get a producer, director, writer, editor, sound mixer, sound designer, person doing the music. And how much it's going to cost to pay all those people, including myself, for the project. Because they specifically said they needed to know all the personnel involved, and yeah. But I'm pretty excited about it. I'm not going to talk about it over Twitch, though. I want someone to steal my idea. The other option is to make a project and then to give it to them. But I'd rather have them pay for it. And I've never tried to do this before, like I've never pitched to a TV station, so this is going to be interesting.
That seems to be the last of them. You have nothing to fear, child. You are safe now.
Thank you, sir.
Time you gotta go into work.
You saved us again. Thank you. If you're ever passing by our village, look us up.
7:30 so far. They haven't asked me to come in early yet. I don't know if they will.
You're expecting them to?
Probably.
Why, things getting bad?
There's just a lot.
Thank goodness we arrived when we did.
Indeed. But what could have prompted the Red Kojin to stray so far from the route?
Okay, well, I'm gonna go and I'll come back, check back in like 30 minutes. See where you're at.
If so, the answer is simple. Desperation. Bereft of imperial employment, they seek other means to line their coin purses. Another sad legacy of the Empire's mismanagement.
The Empire to which you have sworn allegiance.
Must you always be so pointed? If we are to bring about lasting change, we must look beyond narrow allegiances. You and yours have fought fiercely to change the Empire from without. But if we are to end the cycle of conflict, the Empire must change from within. Am I wrong? I knew you would understand. You have witnessed such change firsthand, after all. during your time in Ishgard.
Dear me, I had hoped to convey my views on our nation's shared hopes under more peaceable circumstances. Yet this regrettable little interlude did afford me a chance to see the famed hero of Eorzea in action, and few Imperial soldiers can say that. At least few who have lived to tell the tale. Well, after that little ordeal, I believe it may be time for us to return to the Enclave. Return, my lord? But what of Namai? You seemed so eager to observe the villagers going about their daily lives. To be frank, I still am, but I rather doubt the good people of Namai would take kindly to the sight of a man in imperial uniform with blood still dripping from his blade. Even in your company, my presence would only prove a distraction. Fret not, however. Thanks to the three of you, I have seen a great deal more than I otherwise would, and with any luck, Lord Hyan will have finished considering my proposal by the time we return. Yeah, I gotta grab those. I'm trying to remember how to get to those things. Social. Oh, okay. I remember that. I think I tried to grab them a few weeks ago and I was like full on inventory space. Thank you again for agreeing to join me. If not for your aid, the Kojin may well have overwhelmed us. Pray go on ahead. Lord Hien is expecting you. I will remain without and keep watch over our guest. Well, we had best not keep him waiting. Yeah, I know. I tuned to it like 10 minutes ago. You're expected to show you in. Sometimes you just gotta travel, man. You gotta just enjoy. Welcome back, my friend. Yugiri tells me you accompanied her and Asahi on your tour of Yanzai. I had hoped you might take the opportunity to recover from your exertions. But I gather your time was well spent. Until the ambassador affords Yugiri a chance to make a full report, however, I must rely on you to supply the details. So please, tell us how it all unfolded. The Red Kojin here, have there been any other such incidents since the liberation? Not that I am aware of. If they are planning some new venture here in Yanzai, we will need to increase patrols. In any event, I am indebted to you for fighting them off. But tell me, and don't be modest, was Asahi truly the first to leap to the youngster's aid? He was. I was quick to doubt him when we first met, but his desire to save them seemed quite genuine. It's possible he truly believes what he's saying. Or it's a setup. In the time I've known you, you have always been an excellent judge of character. What do you make of the ambassador? Oh, how I would love to believe that. An ally with the Empire, within the Empire, could change everything. It could give us a real chance at peace. Regardless of his aim, I am resigned to playing his game. For now, at least. Well, forswearing, summoning should be simple enough, considering you never dabbled in it in the first place, which just leaves the somewhat thornier question of how to police the Red Coaching. It was with that very question in mind that I sought Alphinaud's counsel. Thanks to his knowledge of the icons and the rituals used to invoke them, I believe we've identified a workable solution. As you will recall, Susanoo was summoned forth using the power of relics locked away at the Kojin's treasure vault on the Isle of Zeki. Though said relics remain there to this day, it is all but certain that the act of summoning exhausted their stores of ether, making subsequent summonings impossible. Assuming that is the case, preventing the Primal's return rests on denying the Red Kojin the means to amass new stores of ether, either via the acquisition of crystals or the relics they are wont to collect. For this I plan to enlist the aid of our friends, the Blue Kojin. Since Doma's liberation, we have forged closer bonds with Bunchin and his people. And with their support, I am quite confident we can keep the Red from obtaining what they require to call upon this Susanoo. And what of the prisoners? They will be exchanged as agreed, and I will give full credit to Asahi for the success of the transaction. If there is aught we can do to help the populares garner favor, I mean to see it done. But first, I have some unfinished business to attend to. Would you all come with me? Past mistake which I would see put right, one which has weighed heavy on my mind.
I had her brought here in secret while the three of you kept our guest company. The world has not been kind to you, it is true. But that does not excuse your sins. You should be at the bottom of the river. Yet here you are, the living, breathing proof of my failure. A failure for which I would now make amends.
What did I do? I don't remember. Was it really so terrible? Tell me, please! What did I do?
You speak of sins, my lord. But at whose feet do those sins lie? With the soldiers who committed the crimes, or those who commanded them to do so? With both, I would say. For all have a conscience, and all must choose. But with no memory of who she is, or what she has done, what sin remains to be cleansed?
You ask that I show mercy.
I ask why the heavens saw fit to deny me my rest. Why Yotsuyu was spared not only death, but the bitter memories of her life.
You truly think it the will of the Kami? If so, her life is not mine to take. It is yours to safeguard. Come the hour of the exchange, if her memories have not returned, she may remain here in Doma to live out her days as Tsuyu. But if they do, the Guardians shall have their viceroy. Though the people will protest, they will come to accept my decision when they have been reunited with their loved ones.
Thank you, my lord.
Now then, I believe we have kept our guest waiting long enough. Did Gosetsu not seem strange to you? His sympathy for Yotsuyu apart, I know his powers of endurance only too well, but after all he has suffered, even he should not be on his feet. He puts on a brave face for our sakes, but it would not surprise me if he lacked the strength to raise his blade. Though I suppose if he and Yotsuyu are to enjoy a life of peace and quiet, he will have little use for it. It falls to us to shape that future, one in which he need never again set foot on the battlefield.
With Yotsuyu safely in Gosetsu's care, all that remains is to answer Asahi's proposal. I realize other matters demand your attention, but I would ask that you stay a while longer to see this business through.
My apologies. Our deliberations took longer than expected.
Think nothing of it. The time afforded me the opportunity to go on a rather rousing excursion through Yansha. You have reached a decision, then?
We are willing to cooperate with you in combating the Icon threat, and also in the exchange of prisoners. Assuming you accept our conditions, of course. As you know, your sister is in our care. Due to certain complications, however, we are hesitant to release her into your custody.
Complications?
She was inside Doma Castle when it collapsed. Though she survived, she remembers nothing of her past life, not even her name. To clarify, she is in our care not as a prisoner, but as a vulnerable citizen of Doma.
Are you saying you refuse to release her?
Not at all. If her memory returns before the appointed hour.
And if not, what exactly? You will accommodate her here in Doma?
Well, I sincerely doubt she will be of any great strategic value to the Empire. She spends her days daydreaming of Dango.
Dango? How dreadful. Very well. In light of our recent misstep in Sakazuki, it seems only fair that I show you the same understanding you have shown us. Though I do have one small request. Regardless of Yotsuyu's value to the Empire, she is yet my sister. Before I leave, might you permit me to speak with her in private?
Of course. Perhaps you could even bring her a plate of dango. She would be most pleased. Yugiri will see you to her chambers.
I don't know about that. Calm yourself, Gosetsu. I understand your concern, but we have... I am sorry to have kept you all waiting. Thank you for understanding. Long did I dream of this reunion, but never did I imagine it would be so joyless. A part of me hoped your stories of her condition were just that, but alas, it is as you say. Tsuyu, do you remember anything of this man? Anything at all? No. I am a stranger to her. That much was clear to me from a single look. I leave her in your care. As you wish. She's a sleeper agent! Now, if you will excuse me, my superiors are long overdue a report. They will be elated to hear of our agreement. Of that I have no doubt. As for the exchange itself, once I have obtained the relevant permissions, I will arrange for your people to be relieved of their various duties and sent here to Yantai. This will take time, of course. Of course, you may rest assured your soldiers will be well cared for until your return. We will also begin taking steps to better counter the threat of the Kojin and their icon. Before you take your leave, there is one other matter. I am informed it was you who took the lead in rescuing the two young Domans from a band of Kojin sellswords. I have not yet had the time to thank you properly. Please, there is no need to thank me. I only did what anyone would do under the circumstances. Fortunately, I was in good company at the time. The blight of the Red Kojin is of the Empire's making. Were it not for our transgressions, those children would not need saving. The people of Doma have suffered enough, my lord, and I promise to do all in my power to spare them further pain, be it at the hands of the Kojin or indeed the Empire. I pray the Emperor will still see things as you do. There may yet be hope for us all. Until we meet again. Yosetsu, as before, I leave Yotsuya to you. I invite the rest of you to join me outside. Let us treat Asahi to a proper farewell. Not you, Wolfman. You remain here. The ambassador's airship awaits at Castrum Fluminus. Let us be off.
I wish you a safe journey.
This has been a most enjoyable visit. I look forward to our next meeting. Maxima, would you take the others and see that all is ready for our departure? I simply cannot leave without first giving thanks to the Warrior of Light for accompanying me through Yansha. Mark me, savior of the savages. There will be a reckoning.
You've nowhere left to run, traitor!
Ignorant savages! Killing us will avail you naught. For every Imperial you cut down, 1,000 more will come. Abandon this foolish endeavor and surrender. You may yet serve our righteous cause.
How dare you speak of righteousness? You who forsook kith and kin to serve conquerors! Be glad I grant you this mercy. What in the... Reinforcements? No, just one! Cut him down!
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
This one is promising. Who remains to offer us resistance?
A host of rebels led by Lord Cayenne hold the Enclave across the river.
Lord Cayenne?
The king of the former king of Dorma, sir. They say he is one of the greatest swordsmen alive.
Is that what they say?
Who was that?
Surely you jest. That was Xenosier Galvus, legatus of the 12th, the crown-bloody prince. I heard he was strong, but that was frightening.
That was
Fanboy.
Lord Xenos. Everything you are, your power, even your face, it vexes me. Go on. Lash out like the beast you are at an emissary and jeopardize the newfound peace between Dorma and the Empire. My lord was destined to lead us unto a glorious new age. Your light is... I will cherish this moment, lock it away within my heart, until the day we meet again.
I'm not actually sure, Roxo. I don't know which one. I've forgotten which one it is. Oh, 5? Okay.
You look troubled, my friend. Was it something he said?
Of all the memories to witness.
I had my doubts about him, but I would never have guessed he was a disciple of Xenos. My lord.
Calm yourself, Yugiri. I set no store by him or his enlightened brethren. But if by treating with them there is even the faintest hope, we might secure the return of our conscripted brothers and sisters, I must play this game. After the way I risked their lives in the rebellion, I owe them that much.
My lord, you bear no blame for their fate.
If not blame, then responsibility. They were prisoners, and still I chose to fight, knowing they could be executed in retaliation. But now we have a chance to bring them home. If it means bargaining with a monster, so be it.
My lord.
Besides, I think he likes me, which is more than some can say.
Makes no sense. Why would he bother keeping up the pretense for so long, only to drop it right at the very end? Perhaps he no longer thought it necessary, having secured Doma's cooperation in the prisoner exchange. If he truly is a disciple of Xenos, his possible emotions simply got the better of him. Remaining calm around the man who slew his lord will have taken its toll. Whatever the explanation, now is not the time for hasty reprisals. We shall proceed as planned. The Red Kojin must be placed under surveillance, and the Garlean prisoners made ready for the exchange. But you will need not concern yourself with the details. Leave the affairs of Doma to us. When the hour of exchange draws near, we will call for you. I should certainly hope so. Whatever the Empire's true intent, we would be on hand to play our part, either to defend Doma or to help usher in a lasting peace. I had thought we might use this time to return to Eorzea, but given the volatility of the situation, mayhap it would be best if we remained in Kugane. Agreed. Between Yatsuyu's amnesia and Asai's dubious agenda, I'd say we have ample reason to remain in the neighborhood. If anything should happen, anything at all, you must send for us at once. Oh, I will. On that you have my word. Charting a path through the sea of troubles promises to be difficult enough. I am not so proud as to attempt the feat alone. To Kugane, then. Tataru and the others must know of what transpired here. Yeah, that guide is way better than the other one, Joe. The one that's on their actual site is trash. The actual Square Enix one looks horrible. Ugh, it doesn't tell you what's up, what you get, like dungeons. The wiki's way better. Alright, Hancock's British. My, it seems you're in quite a predicament. Well, should we receive any urgent missives from Doma, rest assured you'll be the first to know of it. Yes, of course, we're discussing ideas to replenish our coffers, but I suppose that all can wait if any urgent news should come through the office. Ah, about that, I wish to apologize, Tataru. It was reckless of me to make such a purchase without first consulting you. You may be certain, however, that I mean to reimburse the Scions, even if it means drawing upon my personal funds. That's very thoughtful of you, but I'm sure it won't come to that. If Sorbonne's business proposition is as promising as it sounds, Sir should have no difficulty wiping the red from our ledger. Forgive me, sir. It would seem I have unwittingly heaped my financial troubles upon you. I swear I will pay you back. Though I fear I must trouble to cobble together anything of monetary value, knowledge I can gather in abundance. To start, I plan to investigate the divisions forming within the Empire. Mayor Briol and his associates have heard something on the subject. Regardless, the more we know about the politics of Garlemald, the better our chances of predicting the Imperial's next move, which might yield you an advantage on the day of the prisoner exchange. Knowing what we do of Asahi's apparent resentment towards you, I cannot say what he hopes to gain from it. But if there is even the faintest chance that a lasting peace could be forged between Doma and the Empire, what choice have we but to try? Lord Hyan had the right of it. Asahi may very well be a monster, but we must play his game. For now. Man, he is not happy that his mom went back to work. Yes, my lord will be most pleased. Everything is going according to plan. Stop. Stop it. What? She's a sleeper. She's known all along.
Can you truly remember nothing? Nothing at all?
Were we friends?
Yes. We were good friends, you and I. In fact, I've brought you a gift. I pray that one day soon, as you gaze into that mirror, you will remember the woman staring back at you.
It's so pretty. Who are you? Who are you?
Lies. I don't buy it. Meanwhile, in the Imperial capital...
How are you feeling, my lord?
Fine, now leave me.
Whoa, he's alive. There we go. Got another chunk of story, another patch done. Feeling pretty good about it. Finally making some headway in the Final Fantasy XIV. It's truly about time. What the fuck? Where's my... God. This fucking chair. Oh, it's probably because I'm a fat ass. It's not because it's the chair, but... Still. Ah, sir, impeccable timing. We have just received a letter from Lord Hyan. He writes that the Domans are coordinating their efforts with the Blue Kojin to maintain a constant watch over the Red. By staying on the lookout for signs of crystal hoarding and the like, they mean to nip any summoning attempts in the bud, thereby satisfying the conditions for peace set down by the ambassador. For the Guardians' part, the Populares have sent word that a vessel bearing Doman conscripts is soon to arrive in Yangchai. It would seem that the prisoner exchange is still happening, I guess. Lord Hyan requests your presence, and I share his view that you should be on hand for this occasion. According to the letter, Yatsuyu's memory has yet to return, so it looks like she'll be living out the rest of her days in Doma, assuming the ambassador means to honor the agreement, of course. Before we get to that, however, I think it would be wise to assess her condition one last time. If the Domans have missed any change in her mental state, however slight, it would be better if Asahi weren't the one to spot it. Agreed. Let us make straight ways for the Enclave, then. Lord Hyan will be waiting. I trust you will cope in our absence, Tataru? Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Just be sure to come back safely. This guy's gonna grind a couple fates, huh? Alright. To cutscene clan hall. I see my letter reached you across the Ruby Sea. Thank you for coming so swiftly. Though I wrote at some length on the subject of the forthcoming exchange, there was another matter I neglected to mention. It concerns Gosetsu. As you may have observed, he returned from his ordeal rather the worse for wear, despite his best efforts to conceal his condition. Or perhaps because of them, he recently collapsed. Gods, is he alright? Confined to bed and grumbling without cease, but he has shown signs of recovery. He made me promise not to tell you, lest you worry unduly, which all was very well when you weren't here. Now that you are, however, I think it's high time he received some visitors. Might you spare him a moment? Yotsuyu has scarce left his side, and I imagine you are curious to see what has become of her as well. We will visit him at once, Sir Alice, shall we? She's gonna poison him while he's weak. She's gonna kill him. Evil bitch.
Open wide now.
Pleased to you. I'm not so frail that I cannot feed myself. I grow weary of the taste of gruel.
You don't like it? Can I fetch you something else?
Aye, wine. Or if that is not wholesome enough, I don't know. A sweet persimmon from Namai? I enjoyed them in my youth.
A persimmon?
Nay, pay me no mind. I am full. Besides, we have guests.
I hope we are not interrupting your meal. We had heard you were confined to bed and thought you might welcome some visitors.
Confined to... a gross exaggeration. A trifle drained from my exertions, perhaps, but with a little rest, I shall be fighting fit again in no time.
Take off your clothes.
Gosetsu, is this how you've been spending your time?
My lady, I assure you this is not.
Off with them. We need to wash you. You stink. What are all these scars? There are so many of them.
And that one looks like an exit wound right there.
A life of battle will leave its mark upon a man. Is something wrong, sir?
Which is funny because it's an entrance wound, but you know.
It's nothing. I'm fine.
But leave me be, woman. I will not be fussed over like some newborn babe.
They make a convincing pair, do they not? On first acquaintance, I would think him a doting grandfather and her granddaughter or some shit. Indeed, had not someone told me a year ago that I would live to bear witness to such a scene, I would have declared them mad. That aside, I am relieved to see Gosetsu remaining his spirit. But what a turn of events. I mean, for her to suddenly be watching over him, you could make it up. Although I suppose Gosetsu is an old man, with the way he charges through life, it can be easy to forget. Aye, he has resisted decrepitude with the same defiance he showed. Fuck. But no matter how adamant his will, no man can carry on forever. He has pushed himself beyond the limits of endurance too many times. Even if his health returns, the fact remains he will never again be the warrior he once was. He has given his all for liege and land, and we will ask no more. And what of his nurse? If Yotsuyu is feigning that well... Yeah. This is no pretense. Yugiri, out of all of us, I would think you the hardest to convince. So, what makes you so sure? I have been spying on Yotsuyu from the shadows, waiting for the misstep that would betray her charade for what it was. But her mask was never slipped. Not once. She has remained in character from the first. One evening, I watched her as she sat in her chambers, unguarded and alone. She had taken the dishes from the cupboard and was pretending to prepare dinner right there on the tatami. A child's game. Even the wariest shinobi would not go to such lengths. I can but conclude that her mind is truly broken. Well, that's good enough for me, and everyone else, I would hazard. Aye, the matter is settled. Yotsuyu will become Tsuyu and begin a new life here in Doma. Before that can happen, however, we will need to present her to the ambassador one last time to prove that her memory is truly gone. But I would not risk parading her in front of our returning conscripts. Her presence at the exchange would only stir up mutinous thoughts. Understandably, she is good as fasten the chains on them. Aye, which is why I mean to conclude this business with Tsuyu first, out of the sight of my countrymen. Will you help me? We are at your service. There is no higher purpose than the pursuit of peace. My thanks. The Garleans are on their way, and we must prepare to welcome the ambassador. We will meet you at the docks with Tsuyu. Well, I might have to go in at 5:30, which if I do, then we can't do it. But they haven't said yet. Shall we wait here then? Lord Hien should not be long. If that does happen though, I say we get on tomorrow and we knock out Castrum. And then we get to the Ben. The Ben! What? But the Garleans will be landing in a matter of moments. If she's fled, could it mean her memories have returned? I know not. Yukiri is scouring the streets as we speak, but it is possible Tsuyu has left the Enclave altogether. I knew it! Captain, a word. Did you perchance carry a fair-skinned woman across the river? Fair-skinned woman, my lord? I do not rightly know. I think... yes, my lord. Now that you mention it, there was a lady among the passengers who I don't recall having seen before. Her face was hidden by the brim of a hat, but I remember taking her hand to help her onto the boat. White as new-fallen snow it was. Was she someone important, my lord? Have I done something wrong? Wrong? No. No, I was merely hoping to catch our guest before she departed. Be at ease, Captain. It would seem that Tsuyu has crossed the river. Kami, help me. No good can come of this. No good. It seems Tsuyu has gone unrecognized thus far, but Kami help us if someone catches a clear view of her face. I must find her before that happens. The responsibility for her disappearance for all of this lies with me, but I would ask for your aid nonetheless. We are at your service, Lord Hien. Now as before, let us make the crossing and begin our search. You go on ahead. Someone should let Yukiri know what we've learned. I'll join you on the other side. We have no way of knowing where Tsuyu is headed, so we best divide our forces. I will take Kusakari and its surroundings. Alphino, if you would take the road to Castrum Fluminus. Sir, forgive me, but could I ask you to interrogate the residents of Yuzuka Manor? One of the Namazu, goddamn, may well have seen our quarry. If everyone is in agreement, let us board the skiff and hope the kami smile upon our efforts. Welcome to Yuzuka Manor. Yes, if there's anything you care to know, you need only pale-skinned woman. I've seen no such traveler, I'm sorry to say. Most sorry. Scaly-skinned Namazu, on the other hand, we have in abundance. Unusually pale skin? Yes, I saw this woman on the way back from my fishing trip. She had just crossed the shallows east of here and was headed in a northeasterly direction, for the most part. Her steps did not seem certain. If you hurry, you might still catch her. Northeast, you say? Northeast. See no sign of Yetsuyu to the north. Perhaps she's somewhere farther off to the northeast. Wow, I mean, I could kill some beetles real fast. I've got time for that, at least. Man, I better hurry and get back there before I fail that thing. Yeah, they want me to come in at 5:30, Joe, so we're screwed. I know. We should play tomorrow, though. I can catch up to where we're at, and we could do Castrum. And then I say we do, we finish up 4.3, so we'll do the next 2 quests, finish that up, the first 2 quests of the next one, and there's a dungeon called The Burn. We should do that tomorrow. That way we can kinda catch up to where we sorta wanted to be last time. Before we, before we get too far behind. I don't know, if you're still here, Roxo, I don't know if you can join us tomorrow, but... Alright, man, sorry, I tried, but... Can't not work extra. It's beyond my ability. But I'll get there, I'll probably play when I get home from work until I get to where I need to be, because Alex doesn't work tomorrow, so... Yeah, I'll do an hour after work. Just to knock out what's in between here and there, so that we can get it done. Shit, let's see, what time can I be ready by tomorrow? Yeah, I'll bank some, I'll find some other dungeons and trials that we can knock out so that we can really make it worth it. Let's meet up at 1. 1 o'clock tomorrow. And we'll do Castrum Fluminous, a couple other extra ones. We'll grab a few more, and then we'll snag the burn before we get off. Sir, before you ask, our search is... Mistress Alice has gone to assist her brother at the Castrum. It was she who informed me of the situation. I joined Lord Hyan here shortly thereafter. How did you fare at Izuka Manor? Any sign of our missing guest? Towards Namar? By the Kami, if the villagers recognize her, it will not end well. We must hurry. Yugiri and I will check the paddles. The village square is yours. Yeah, we got up to her fast.
Greetings. Might I have one of your... Wait! Please! I only wanted a persimmon.
Kami, save us! Her spirit has returned!
She's back from the dead to seek her revenge!
She couldn't have survived.
What did I do?
As if you don't know!
Good people of Namai, be at ease, I pray you. You have naught to fear.
My lord, forgive me, but what is that monster doing here? They told us she was dead.
Sounds good, man.
I too was surprised to learn of her survival. More even than you, I would hazard. 'Twas I who cut her down, I who left her to her fate. But it would seem the Kami had other plans. By some miracle, both she and Gosetsu were spared when the keep collapsed, though Yotsugu's preservation came at the cost of her memory.
You're saying she's forgotten? Forgotten everything she's done?
Lies! Lies! My lord, she would say anything to escape punishment!
What does it matter? We have not forgotten her crimes, and we demand justice! I beg of you, Lord Hien, draw your blade and rid us of this canker!
What I saw then, it's all true. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You're sorry? And what? We're supposed to forgive you?
Here, there's no need to cry.
Have a tomato. Who could cry when eating a tomato?
Can't you see how scared she is? How can you be scared of her? She's not the same.
Until such time as her memories return, this woman shall be known as Tsuyu, and treated as a citizen of Doma. I will, however, see that she is watched at all times. Rest assured that there will be no more unannounced visits to the village. As your lord, I ask that you leave her fate.
Please, Issei.
Well, as long as you're happy.
Some steaks. Alright guys, 2.5 hours is about where I have to stop it. Gotta go into work early today. Thank you so much for hanging out. If you're catching this on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're catching this on the Twitch, please give us a follow. You know where to get us. Ultima Final Fantasy, on wherever you get your podcasts. That's gonna be it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for hanging, like I said before. And if you don't do anything else for today, please enjoy that grind.